Assalamu alaikum students. Today our topic is from the same chapter, culture, and the name of the topic today is peace and conflict. Peace and conflict. Peace and conflict are two totally different opposite ways of living in a society or to live in a society. We are going to see how peace and conflict can change a society and how they will give you totally different environments to live in. Let's read this passage which explains peace. Peace means tranquility, non-violence and harmonious coexisting with others. Tranquility means to be calm or to have composure. Non-violence means no hatred or no harm. Harmonious means to be pleasant, to be good-natured, to be balanced and be compatible with others. If we try to live in peace with others, we will create peace. And if we try to be bad to others, we will obviously give a bad impression and it will destroy the peace in the society. Peace develops calm in society. It creates an atmosphere of love, confidence, cooperation, and respect in the society. As you know, if we live in peace with other people in our society, they will also be the same to you. If you try to be bad to them, they will also in return be bad to you. So in order to live a good and peaceful life in a society, we must be peaceful. We must be abide by the rules and regulations and laws of the society. If we do that, we will create a very good environment for others to live in. As we know that all religions of the world preach peace, it means there is no religion which will tell you or which will teach you not to be peaceful. Every religion tells us how to create a good society, how to create such a society where we can give a good environment to other people. Islam also forbids spreading conflict and dispersion. Dispersion means disturbance. So Islam, as we are all Muslims, we know that our religion Islam teach us to be good to others, and it does not allow us to spread disturbance in the society, because a good society can be created with peace. A society will flourish if there is peace in the society. Now, conflict. What is conflict? The word conflict means disagreement or clash. It can be a quarrel. You can see in the picture that conflict means discord. It can be a fight or it can be a battle. Conflict causes serious differences among individuals, groups, and nations. The conflict creates an atmosphere of enmity and lawsuits among the people. The parties involved in conflict can be ruined. The conflict may exist between two countries. The cause of conflict between Pakistan and India is the issue of Kashmir. As we have discussed in this passage, that conflict or quarrel or dispute is something that it causes bad relations and attitudes between the people. It will create bad relations among them and the peace will be destroyed. Conflict can never be a good thing. Conflict can cause serious disturbance in the society. We can cope with all the conflicts, or we can remove all the conflicts from the society by adopting certain ways, which we are going to discuss on the next page. Now we are going to discuss the ways of resolving conflicts. Means way of solving different conflicts or disputes. There are different ways through which we can solve our problems in the society without disturbing the society or without further escalating the problem. we can remove the problem totally through these methods or through these ways, in which the first one is dialogue. Dialogue means discussion, talk, conversation, or argument. In this era, it has been proved that big political, economical, and social conflicts can be resolved among parties through dialogue. Means we can solve any problem between two people, whether it is a small problem between two people or whether it is a very big problem between two countries, such as it can be a political problem, as it is in Pakistan and in India. They are two countries, but they are having some problems, a conflict, but it can be removed or be solved through dialogue. If two countries hold dialogues and through peaceful dialogues, they can solve their problem. Whether the problem is economical or financial based problem, it can also be resolved through dialogues. And it can be a social conflict or can be a problem of society. In the society, any problem can be resolved through dialogues. Another method of solving any problem is arbitration. Number 2 is arbitration. Arbitration means negotiations or peacemaking. In the first image on this page, you can see what arbitration means. Arbitration, the image shows that arbitration is a process when a dispute or a conflict is handed over to an outsider who makes decision and both parties agree to it. Now let's see in the paragraph, as it says, in case of any conflict, both parties appoint a third person as an arbitrator. Both parties are bound to accept his or her decision. Panchayat, Council of Elders, or the law courts play an important role of arbitration. Now there are few methods of arbitration or peace making between the two people who are having dispute or conflict. One which is mentioned here is the method of panchayat. In this page you can see the image in the middle where the elders of the family or the elders of a tribe sit together. They hold dialogue and they try to resolve the problems among themselves instead of using the law of the country. This is one method. Another method of resolving any conflict which is mentioned here is through law courts. It means when you go to courts and you sue the other party, two parties who are having conflict, they both go to courts, and through the courts of the country, through the law of the country, they try to solve their disputes or conflicts. So this is another method through which the conflict will be removed from the society without further disturbing the society. The third method which is being explained here, or the way through which we can resolve conflict, is compromise. Compromise means understanding each other. It means agreement. It can also means to have a deal with each other. Let's read now. Compromise. Sometimes parties make peace by giving concessions to each other. In such a situation, there is a need to develop the atmosphere of cooperation and friendship. Now, what is compromise? As we have said, it is a kind of agreement or a kind of deal made between the two parties who are having conflict with each other. If they come to an understanding, if they make a deal to remove that conflict, they can create peace between themselves as well as in the society. So this is a kind of cooperation or a kind of friendship between the two conflicting parties to create good atmosphere, which is also very helpful in removing any conflict from the society. Now, next thing which can create a peace in the society or which can resolve a conflict in a peaceful way is contact among people and government. Contact between people and government Let's see what it says. National media is an effective source of developing an effective link between the people and the government. Unity can be generated in the opinion of the society through argumentations and debates. It means that the opinion of the people or the point of view of the people, their arguments and comments can affect a society in many ways. If the national media or the televisions and news, they only show good arguments of the people to each other, or they only comment good about two conflicting countries, it can create a very positive environment between the two countries. As we have taken the example of Pakistan and India before, if our media throughout shows such remarks from both the governments that are positive and which will not create any harsh feelings among the people of the two countries for each other, it will develop a very good impression, and we can create peace in our society as well as they can create peace with us. So the contact among people and the government, they can create a very peaceful society together. Next thing is the role of human behaviors. There can be peace in society if we live like good citizens, but if our behavior is negative, peaceful society may face conflicts. Peace and conflicts are the formation of human behaviors. If we become good human beings, there can be peace around the world. So it says that every human being is responsible for creating a good society or bad society. Our behavior and our attitudes, if we only look at that, if we try to be good citizens in our country, if we abide by each and every law and try to create positive environment for each other, we can create a very good society. Human beings can play a good role in resolving any conflict. If they try to resolve any conflict between two parties through dialogues, through arbitration, through compromise, it can create peace. Instead of escalating any conflict further, they can be a part of such problems, and they can tell the two conflicting parties to solve their problems through all these peaceful means. So we can create a peaceful society through all these methods, and our society will flourish and we can create a very good country together.